2005, I went to Kenya for a brief visit, and we went to this area in northern Kenya, a semi-desert area, and we went to visit this orphanage. And we were walking around, and I saw this little boy, I think 3, maybe 4 years old, and standing in the sand, only wearing a t-shirt, really dirty, broken look in his eyes, flies in his eyes and his mouth, and it moved me. And I went and knelt in front of him and put my hand on his shoulder, looked into his eyes, and just started praying for him. And then all of a sudden, like in a flash, it was like I could just see how Jesus, when he walked on the earth, said, "Let children come to me," took him on his lap and blessed children. And also how he gave food to the hungry, how he was there for widows, how he preached the gospel to the poor. All of a sudden I realized, this is really on the heart of God. There's one story that really moved me is when God created the earth, he stepped into the darkness and he said, "Let there be light." And we really feel we want to do the same thing. Go to some of the most needy and darkest places and see if we can bring the light and the life of God in those places and help those people. And so some of the places outside of Kenya where we've been are Somalia, Uganda, and Congo. And there's some of the worst humanitarian situations there, some of the most dangerous places in the world. And we've seen God breaking through in those places. We started a project in Mogadishu in Somalia, working with an Islamic NGO, helping women who have a family but no source of income, train them in tailoring, and then this group of women we helped to start a business to generate income for their families. The vision is to build this mission space in this town where we live called Kitali, consisting of a house of prayer, training of young leaders, church, and reaching out to the poor and needy. And so we've started several children's homes there. There's actually several churches that we're overseeing now. We feed hundreds of kids every day. We've got this rescue project for single teenage moms who've been raped, gotten pregnant, and can't take care of their child. For example, we've got this girl called Karen, and she was raped when she was 12 years old, and she gave birth to a baby, and she was cast out of her family and just despised, and because it brings so much shame on the family when a child is raped. And so these girls have no hope. Also, girls who live on the streets get pregnant, they get abused, they try an abortion, goes bad, and has lots of nasty consequences. And so we seek to rescue these girls in this home that we call the Esther Home, where we rehabilitate the girls and train them in a vocation so they can actually go back to society and take care of their child and proceed with their life. And so from this mission space in Kitali, with our team, we travel and we do other projects in different places of the country. But it's from Kitali that we work. And we seek to empower churches, empower young people to go and take care of poor and needy people all around them. Before I came to Kenya, I kind of felt that we are at the center of the world. I would even read the Bible through that lens. Like when Jesus says, "Go out into all the world and preach the good news," I kind of felt he was talking to us in the West, and we had to go to third world nations and give them the good news. I mean, I had to repent of some of this stuff, of coming with this attitude of, "Oh, let me help you guys sort out your mess," and now changing to, wow, I get to be part of something really exciting that's going on, and I get to be friends with the people there and be caught up in making history and what God is doing in Africa. And everybody welcomes a friend. And so we're there to be friends to the people, friends to Kenya and the nations around that we work in, to love them and to serve them. And my wife and I, we've been blessed incredibly and received so much just being there and loving the people. I am really excited about what's going on in Kenya and to be part of what God's doing there. We've been blessed to see amazing things. Like people have been saved. We've seen people healed, people rescued from really, really bad circumstances. And for us, we've got the privilege of actually moving there and being part of it. And we really feel we're in the center of God's will. We're part of what we're doing. Others may not have the privilege of actually moving there and living there and being part of it, but there's other ways to be a part of it. And one would be just to support us financially. That could be your part of making all that work happen. And We feel right at home there. We love it, both of us. Our kids were born there, and it's home. Africa is now our home.